These are the most common mistakes business and property owners make when hiring a technology contractor. In this video, I'm going to break down the top 4 mistakes business and property owners make that end up costing them thousands of dollars when hiring the wrong technology contractor. You see, most technology problems start long before anything gets installed. In my 10 plus years of designing, fixing, and rebuilding hundreds of security, network, and AV systems, I've seen the same mistakes over and over, and almost every time they lead to unreliable systems, higher costs, and consistent headaches. I will walk you through them so you can avoid them before they cost you. Mistake number 1, assuming all equipment brands are the same. Most property owners don't choose the equipment. They just settle for whatever the contractor installs. And this happens even more when you hire the cheapest option, because at that point, no one's really asking questions. Here's the reality. Every contractor is making a choice behind the scenes. Either maximize profits or provide a quality product that works long term. And in today's AV industry, that choice matters more than ever. The equipment market has become extremely competitive. There are off-brand manufacturers flooding the market with displays, cameras, speakers, control systems, and network hardware that look great on paper but are very unreliable and not up to par to the better manufacturers out there. And that makes them very attractive to all the contractors competing with price. But cheap hardware always comes with a hidden cost. And these are where the problems start showing up. For example, user interfaces are clunky and unusable and confusing. Control apps are unreliable and poorly designed. Integrations just don't work the way they were promised. And when something breaks, support is slow, outsourced, and very hard to reach. You can install AV equipment and still end up with a system you don't trust. And once the system becomes unreliable, you stop using it, which defeats the whole purpose of even installing the system in the first place. The goal isn't just to install equipment. The goal is to install and build a system you can actually rely on. Mistake number 2, accepting proposals without clear scope and documentation. This next mistake causes more long-term problems than people actually think. A proposal isn't just a price, it's a blueprint. When proposals lack detail, a few things almost always happen. For example, unexpected costs start showing up. Change orders become normal. Lower quality products quietly get substituted. And what you thought you were paying for slowly starts to change. We see proposals all the time that look like they were put together in minutes. A single page, a short description, just one number at the bottom, that's a red flag. Without documentation, there is no accountability. A detailed proposal protects you. It clearly defines what's included, what's not included, what equipment is being used, how it's installed, and how the system is expected to perform. It also shows how much thought was put into the project before any cable has been installed. If the proposal looks rushed, the installation usually is too. The goal isn't paperwork. The goal is clarity, quality, and no surprises. That's why we treat proposals as part of the system design, not an afterthought. Another major mistake we see is renting your security instead of owning it. If you looked into security cameras at all, you've probably heard terms like wired, wireless, DIY, or professionally installed. But here's what people usually don't realize. The real difference isn't just how the camera's connected. The real difference is who owns the system and who controls the footage and what happens when you stop paying. Most subscription-based systems rely on Wi-Fi, cloud storage, and monthly fees. That means limited video quality, motion recording only, and systems that go offline when Wi-Fi drops. Not to mention bandwidths get overloaded or servers slow down. And this is in theory. This is something we see in real life. Let me show you a quick example that one of our customers had before we installed some security cameras. This is one of the biggest issues with rented security systems. When your footage lives on the cloud, you're depending on the internet speed, server response times, and subscriptions just to access your footage. When something happens in your property, delays like that matter. If you can't pull footage immediately, the system officially failed when it mattered the most. And here's the part people don't realize until it's too late. The moment you stop paying, features get disabled, or the system stops working entirely. That's not ownership, that's renting. I break this down in much more detail in my wired versus wireless video, link above. Mistake number 4, hiring based on price. Now, I want to end with the mistake that usually causes all the ones I just mentioned, hiring based on price. This feels logical at first, but the cheapest install is almost the most expensive one long term. When price drives decision, critical things get ignored. And that's what leads to cheap equipment, undocumented proposals, and patchwork technology that consistently needs fixing. Almost every system failure I've had to repair can be traced back to this single decision. The goal isn't to find the cheapest contractor. The goal is to hire someone that designs and installs the system the right way at a fair, competitive price, backed by a proven track record and reputation built on systems that actually work. If you're planning a security network or technology upgrade and you want it designed right the first time, get in touch with me with the link in the description. I'll help you understand what you actually need before you spend money on the wrong system. We'll see you there.